Las Vegas Discount.net's the best there is. Save up to 50% on your next Vegas trip. And travel, rental, shows, and tours. Find the deals you're looking for. Las Vegas Discount.net. Las Vegas Discount.net. If you're going to Vegas for deals that are the best, visit Las Vegas Discount.net.
FightNetRadio.com with Andrew and Lee, talking boxing, combat, sports, comedy, football, and everything kick-ass. All on FightNetRadio.com. Fight Net Radio!
Hola, soy Julio César Chávez.
That's lights out, baby. Lights out all day.
This is Sugar Ray Leonard, and you listen to Fight Net Radio.
I mean, this is ridiculous. It's a radio show. It ain't a 1-hour television spectacular.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
We gon' know. I got eyes and ears everywhere. I got friends all over the world, man.
Who gives a shit with Whitey? He's a piece of crap.
With a tear in my eye.
Lee Hunter, Chandra Labouche, Miguel Antonio Barragan. Is it weird that I just kind of clear my throat and can automatically always break into, hi, everyone, thank you. I'm back. Lee's back. Lee's back. Huh? I didn't have a choice. It wasn't my doing. I'm going to say for everybody on the record, Lee's back.
He's back from the dead.
I know, right? I wanted to be dead. For the record, the only reason I'm not still some kind of weird recluse living on a beach without sheets on my bed, I think that's the sign that you're really starting to slip away in life. You're not changing sheets. You're just living on top of a mattress with a blanket and pillows that don't have covers on them either. You're just sort of laying in bed staring at a giant TV, like something out of a Pink Floyd song, just waiting for, all hell to break loose. My business partner wouldn't let me go and forced me to do a real show this past week. And by the way, go to perfectbluestudio.com and enjoy one of those. We've got updated websites coming up. They're all under construction. I know Fight Net Radio's down for those of you who go there. There is some kind of weird traffic for that, but that website will be back up shortly. I want to revamp it and do something different. I'm starting to sound like me again, Andrew. It's really irritating.
Welcome back, Lee.
I'm very irritated with myself already. Just so you guys know, who are listening to this or watching the video, there was a strange debate with me to do a straight boxing show today until Andrew saw the stories and he went, you wrote softballs. You wrote nothing but softballs for the first half of this show. I said, yeah, they all are. It's not even hard. So we're doing that. I'm also working on a brand new book called The 30-Day Life Hack, which I'm testing on myself simultaneously as creating the 30-Day Life Hack. I am convinced that you can start any business, lose any amount of weight, do anything you want in life if you take in some basic principles and some basic hack principles and some basic repetition. So that'll be up shortly. But go sign up at Perfect Blue Studios. It'll be a podcast. It'll be a video. It will be a book. So there you go. I'm back. Yay, Andrew. Yay. I'm so angry with myself, Andrew. I would have been a great drunk on a mattress top. I really would have.
I think you did good. You played the role.
I did a full year. I mean, right? If we're talking about from my really demise from when I got the bad news, which is about the time we started Miguel, so he knows the whole story arc. If we start from right there in July to when she drops the news on me and I find out that it's been going on longer than I thought it was, right? And we look at that hack right around August or September, I got a year run. I mean, that's pretty good. I don't know too many people that can drink in the sheer volume, and Miguel was there to see it firsthand.
Oh, yeah.
In the sheer volume on a daily basis with the number of doctor stay, the number of hospital stays, a 12-hour lockdown a week ago, a week for this, a week for that. It was a great run, Andrew. I mean, seriously, we've had athletes who can't pull off the shit I just pulled off. I mean, it's made for interesting radio, made for interesting broadcast, but I'm over it. It's kind of boring to me now. I literally left the beach with exactly the same amount of stuff I went to the beach with, which to me is even funnier because I thought I had accrued more stuff. Once I got rid of all my gis, it was really simple. So we'll start with you, Andrew. What's it like in the city? I can tell you Oceanside doesn't seem to give a crap that we've had the 9th consecutive days of highest death and COVID cases. How's it up in the Bay Area?
Bay Area they're still, somewhat paying attention. Downtown San Francisco is still closed down. You don't see a lot of people out there. A lot of businesses shutting down. It's very sad. It's been gloomy for a long time, but yeah, I see everyone's wearing masks that I see down there.
They don't here in Oceanside still. I'm telling you, if they don't have boxing here in Oceanside, you guys are missing out. They'll give you a street in downtown to go put boxing on. Miguel, you've now been to 2 states, so let's talk about Las Vegas and their counts going up. How is it in the community of actual people who want to actually get back to work as hotels still can't open and real life still hasn't returned? What's it like in Vegas first?
Well, I mean, it's not bad. Everyone's doing well. It seems as though everyone is doing what they're supposed to be doing. Everyone seems to be super eager to get back to work and do their usual commute and all that stuff. But I got word that I'm not going back to my office until January, so they pushed us back until January. So far, the whole year. But I mean, everyone seems to be eager to get on with their freaking lives, and whether it's safe or not is another story. But they're eager to do it.
I agree. And you're in Utah today. What's it look like with the Mormon capital of the world?
It's actually everyone seems to be like doing what they're supposed to. Like we've gone to a couple of stores. I'm in West Jordan, which is a little bit south of Salt Lake, and I mean it's like I've been to a couple of stores. Everyone's doing everyone's got their mask. It seems like everyone's following the directions. It could be because they're all Mormon and they all do what they're supposed to. I don't know. They all follow directions. They all follow rules. But I see a ton of people with masks, Huh?
My daughter. Okay, for the point,
are you saying they're all responsible?
Yeah.
They are.
Can you believe that? Yeah.
You realize that there's a California Bible Belt, Andrew? I just read a story in the LA Times about a California Bible Belt where they're not listening to the mask rules and they're all going to church. And you wonder why we have the highest counts now over New York even. Like California is on fire, literally in Riverside, but also everybody put on a mask. Look, I do it. I walk around without my mask because I'm still doing the PCT. I'm still doing my 15 to 30 a day. But when I get to a place that says put on a mask, or I get to a place where people are eating, I'm not a douchebag like half of these people, where they just walk up and walk next to people eating on the street and they're walking by without masks in like 1 or 2 feet of distance. I mean, come on, be realistic. Well, this show isn't about any of that. Wherever you are, Fight Net Radio strongly suggests we are no Dr. Fauci's by any stretch of the imagination. We recommend 2 things. These are the 2 things I can tell you about COVID, and I'm going to share it with all the Fight Net Radio listeners. Number 1, wear a mask. Jesus Christ. If you want to walk around without a mask, go out at midnight like I do. Number 2, get healthy. The bulk of the people that have issues, I hate to say this because 40% of our country is obese. Obesity is the one that really is getting fucked over by, they've already run the studies. Like they've already proved this in the United States. If you are overweight, my advice is to do the potato diet immediately and drop 20 quick, and get yourself healthy and go walk, do something. We do a show that's on athletics. I mean, if Dan Rayfield, I say this and it's going to, yeah, of course I am. Of course I am, Andrew. If Dan Rayfield gets COVID, he is dead, okay? There's no way around it. No shit, right? Can you imagine them trying to roll him over onto his stomach and stick a ventilator up his fucking down his throat? I mean, first of all, Unless he's going down to SeaWorld where they've actually got those platforms to move a killer whale.
Oh, man.
Oh, Lee's back. He's back in black.
Poor Dan.
Too many people are laughing at this moment. If you're laughing right now,
Yeah.
you're sick. You're sick.
Yes.
You are my listeners. Let's get started with the news. MTK, hashtag MTK in the house. Why am I telling you? MTK is putting on its own fight. Why am I telling you that? Not really for any reason other than I just wanted to say MTK. Upcoming trio of MTK fighters who will be fighting for green cards, each taking place 24 hours later after the show moved to Wednesday evening. The new dates for the upcoming show are now August 12th and August 26th and September 2nd. They are in association with Top Rank, and I can 100% guarantee they will all be about people trying to get green cards and stay in this country legally, I would assume, since it's Wakefield. Oh, this is the Massachusetts show, right? Like, this is that weird offshoot thing. I'll start with you, Andrew. Tell me that the MTK is not trafficking fighters. I mean, look, I get hashtag MeToo movement, and I've been doing my hashtag MTK for a while, but when are we going to start protecting the lives of MTK fighters who are just trying to get a better life? They wind up sleeping in shipping containers in Oxnard. Tell me I'm wrong, Miguel. They all seem to be from Oxnard.
Right.
It's true, though. That's a good joke. And the minute they lose, right, we got like these 10-0, 16-0, crazy number guys that they bring over from Europe. We never hear from these fucking guys again. When they lose, they're just gone. And first of all, does anybody even know who the MTK is, or is it just the Russian mafia and I should shut up for fear of losing my own life? I'll start with you, Andrew.
Should shut up in fear for your life. No, listen. We won't know the answer to your discovery of human trafficking through this promotional company until we see what happens to the men that have consecutive losses. If they disappear, if they end up back home, or do they carry on in Oxnard and become American citizens and get jobs and go on through life? We won't know the answer yet, Lee. As of right now, a lot of them are winning, so I think they stay. It's when they lose is when we're going to find out what Oxnard, Garcia's, Bob Arams, what they're doing to these guys.
Could they be? Here's a theory, Andrew. Could they be at that Mitsubishi dealership in Costa Mesa working washing cars?
They might be mechanics. You're right. That is an out.
That's a lot of really good inside jokes.
Miguel, you got auto body. Right. Dent repair. I mean, they're big guys. They can pull dents. I mean, Miguel, did I get every stereotype, every joke? Did I nail every single one of them?
Yeah, I checked all of them off the list. Yeah.
I don't know how this goes unchecked by anyone. I don't know what Bob's got going with the MTK. I want to believe that Bob's even afraid of him. Moving forward.
If you ask Paul Malignaggi,
we will be. There's a segue. He's in the middle of the show. We're reverse engineering this. We're on the 28th of July still. This past week, WBC Coffee Talk returned with Mauricio Suleiman, one of the special guests this week on the World Boxing Council President's show. The fact that he has a show is just hilarious to me. He's just so bored. I can't make belts. I got to make a show. He's like a mob figure at this point. WBC press conference was super middleweight champion David Benavidez, who after almost a gap of a year, I'll say it again, a year of inactivity, will defend against Romer Alexis Angulo. Not to be confused with any other Angulo on the planet, on August 15th. Red Flag, I'm assuming his training facility, Miguel. I guess I've never heard of Red Flag. When questioned about the fight, Saul Alvarez, Benavidez said, if Canelo gives him the opportunity, he'd take it in the blink of an eye. All right, let's stop right there. So we're still doing this Canelo sweepstakes.
Mm-hmm.
Mauricio's trying to push to make this fight. So this is the question, and we'll start right here. I'll start with you this time, Miguel. What are the odds that we have a Benavidez Canelo Alvarez fight?
Well, I mean, it's certainly, we all know it's not going to happen this year, right? I mean, I think I've already lost hope of Canelo even entering the ring this year. But I mean, it's not WBC. I don't know. Canelo hasn't exactly gotten along well with the WBC. He was rejecting one of their belts last year. Which one was it? The Mayan one, or whichever the fuck one it was. That I think he's a little bumpy with the WBC. I don't think we're going to ever see. I mean, unless Benavidez loses the belt and then ends up fighting Canelo or relinquishes it afterwards. But as long as he's champ, I don't see Benavidez ever fighting Canelo now.
Andrew.
I think it's that song, How Low Can You Go? That's who's going to win the sweepstakes to the Canelo fight.
There are times when I question how old you are, and I know how old you are. And then you pull a ref. Wait, for those of you who don't know, go on Facebook and follow Andrew. This past week, he said goodbye to the animator of Popeye cartoons.
Oh, yeah, man.
Oh, my God, Andrew. How old are you? Tom and Jerry. Yeah, Andrew. How old are you? Miguel doesn't even know.
I grew up watching.
Wait, I can throw out cartoons that Miguel's never heard of that I guarantee you've heard of. Andrew, have you watched Heckle and Jekyll?
Yes.
Miguel.
That is a no for me.
There you go. Did you ever see
wait a minute. I have an older brother and sister. Miguel, do you?
Yes, 2 older brothers, 1 older sister.
There you go. No excuse.
Pay more attention to them. No, I'm just kidding. No, my brother's probably like 8 years older than me, and
he's my age, so he's into my stuff. Right. Yeah. No, which is hilarious to me that you got sucked into which means you've seen the racist Tom and Jerry cartoons. I almost want to bring them up on the screen to show people. But there used to be a black housekeeper in the Tom and Jerry cartoons that was straight up like Aunt Jemima. And it was the most racist shit ever.
My mom was really big into Betty Boop and Shirley Temple, so my sister's really into those too, and there's a lot of that going on in those ones also.
So shout out to the creator of that who died this past week as well.
Yeah, that sucked.
My God, how low can you go? What's the roof's on fire next, Andrew? The roof. Do we want to sing an Eddie Murphy? Let's do an Eddie Murphy. Wait, let's do an Eddie Murphy sing-along.
I was trying to look for the song.
Eddie Murphy sing-along. Come on, my girl wants to.
If we actually talk to us.
Oh, see, I know that one. Rick James.
Do you realize?
That's the only one that's winning. That's the only one that's winning this. How low will you go? Because all the money's got to go to Canelo. So, you want to make $1 million? Call up Saul Alvarez and Golden Boy right now. You want to make anything more? You're probably not on the list. And until times change, that's not changing. So all of these guys that were affiliated with Al Heyman and the PBC, I don't see them taking these offers. Al Heyman he's not that type of businessman, right? He thinks they're all worth $20 million. Steven Espinoza's calculator. So,
wait, it's here. Wait, hold on.
There you go.
Oh, it made it to the Motel 6.
It did make it to the Motel 6. Actually, somewhere in here is the megaphone. There's an entire suitcase of electronics gear. And once I got rid of all my geese, which even my landlord was like, don't you want the geese? I said, yeah, I do, but I don't. Hold on. The PBC has $0.00 even after their phenomenal Showtime showing the other night.
Oh, Showtime. What channel? Jesus.
We'll get to it. I've got the Showtime card queued up towards the end of this. We like to reverse engineer our entire week. Showtime Sean Porter returns. This all by itself is hilarious to me because the Fox network wants to jump on board with more sports. So I will tell you the upside of me actually getting some quality hotel time, other than this being the most fantastic spot in all of Oceanside. I have now watched the NHL, Major League Baseball, and the NBA to see what their bubbles look like. Mm-hmm. And the only one that seems to work on some level is weirdly the NBA, because it's just like playing street basketball. They already know how to play. Like, there's no real organized baseball in a parking lot unless you're like 6. And the same for the NHL. You're not playing on a dry lake bed as adults. Adults are playing basketball on blacktops all over the United States right now with their buddies, and they're still playing it as hard as if they didn't. What I found interesting about all of them, the only one that kind of worked for me was the NBA. Like, I like the whole video backdrop where they put the video screens behind them to make it look like a crowd. That was kind of cool. NHL did not look good, and it didn't look as intense. The games were not as intense. And baseball, I don't want to break it to anybody. Get ready. The pitchers are going to shine. If there's no crowd to put pressure on a pitcher, it's going to be a pitching league. It's totally going to be a pitching league. If you don't put pressure on a pitcher with a crowd booing or hissing or whatever, sorry, it's like a free throw shot to a pitcher. If there's no pressure and he's just throwing a ball, no big deal. Same's happening. I'm now watching it consistently with MMA and certainly with boxing. I don't know. I realize he's fighting nobody. He's fighting, Sebastian Blowhard or what is his name? Sebastian Formella in LA. Okay, great. First of all, LA wants back in. Fox wants back in. Fox is in LA. I get the whole thing. Boxing's taking a hit, right? Unless you're fighting a complete scrub. We have not seen a true 50-50 fight in a bubble yet. We have not. And anything that's even been remote to it, like a 70-30 or a 60-40 fight, you could lose, okay? Because the judges aren't distracted by crowds. Like, boxing and MMA are completely affected by a non-crowd response. Sorry, judges, hate to call you out, but what the bubble has taught us is that the WBC is right. We should have remote scoring. I don't know why we need judges there. They shouldn't hear the crowd. They should just be looking at the fight on a monitor and scoring the fight remotely with a supervisor standing right behind all three of them in a locked off room at the top of the hotel about 1.5 miles away from your location in an undisclosed location. Tell me I'm wrong about this, Andrew.
No, you're not wrong about this. Until we get used to what's happening, the transition that's happening right now in the world, I don't know when it's going to change. This is going to continue to happen. It's all a money grab. To me, the whole sports world trying to get started again this year is a money grab for the bosses and the athletes and the networks.
Oh, they're selling jerseys. They're just selling whatever they can make. Yeah, I agree.
They didn't want to let 1 year go, Lee. They're like, fuck that. We can make some money. Let's go make some money. Right now, you got the NBA, and yes, I love that the NBA looks like it can adapt, what you're saying.
But it's street ball. They're just playing street ball, and I get it. What I think they should do, honestly.
You know what? Because you're right. It's competitive in the neighborhood, right? And the neighborhood don't play baseball like that. You're absolutely right.
You know what they're not doing, Andrew?
To be honest with you, the neighborhood they barely play football like that anymore either. Back in the day, you might see 14 kids out at the neighborhood school or park playing tackle football, but you don't see that really anymore. So you're absolutely right.
Beach. Dude, I live on the beach. How many times have you and I grown up and gone to the beach and played 5-on-5 or 3-on-3 tackle on the beach, on the sand? Play it.
Yes,
nobody does it.
Soccer and basketball will make it through this because they are still competitive sports even without a fan.
I feel called out, Miguel. Guess what I was watching? I just want to call this back to Miguel. I was watching the Spanish channels because, of course, I'm in a Motel 6. I was watching Mexican soccer, and I loved it. It was awesome. Those guys don't give a crap that there's a crowd. They want to kill each other.
No, and they've played, and by the way, they've actually played without a crowd before. Like they have some weird ass rules. I don't know which particular league it is or if it's the Mexican league or not, but there have been a couple of times where like the fans would be like chanting certain like vulgarities and then to punish the fucking team for that, as if they have control over that, like they'll actually have their next game without any fans. Like they've done this before. So it's not like it's anything out of the ordinary for soccer players with nobody in the fucking crowd.
There's one person that can change this for a lot of the big hitters in boxing. And the reason why I say this is because this fighter is a legend to not only the sport, but to pay-per-view. And that's Manny Pacquiao. The first promoter that is able to land the Manny Pacquiao comeback pay-per-view fight is really going to gauge where America is in going back to pay-per-view for boxing.
Well, are you talking bubble pay-per-view, or are you talking?
I'm talking bubble pay-per-view. Yes. Listen, right now they're trying to land him. PBC's got fighters offering to him. Dazin's offering Triple G. There's still rumors that fight's being talked about. And now you have Bob Arum saying he's working again with Terrence Crawford and Manny, because Manny sets the mark. Manny has a fan base in America that will show up. All right, they're going to buy his fight. And when he gets a big number in the bubble, then you might see, hey, listen, people, rude awakening, but Dazin already told us pay-per-view is a good thing. What do you think that means for our future? Okay.
Well, I'll go a step further on that, Andrew, because I'm a predominant YouTube watcher these days. Thank God I can watch news in 2-minute clips. I can watch the late night shows in 2-minute clips.
However it happens, we're paying.
I can watch Teddy Atlas in 2-minute clips. Which, by the way, please go and watch. Well, no, the reason I bring that up, there's one other person who moves the needle. Why, Eddie, you got a backyard. Get Anthony Joshua and let him fight anyone in the top 10. He'll knock him out.
But see, it won't be until Pacquiao. Nobody moves the needle on pay-per-view like Manny does, unless Floyd's coming back.
I'm basing this on, okay, so I've been looking at YouTube.
Wait a minute.
And I'm telling you, Manny Pacquiao's numbers are great. Okay, for a wide open audience.
Can you imagine Manny's return right now, though? And imagine if it's against a Garcia or a Crawford or a Triple G.
He's not going to fight that big. You can't fight that big. You can't fight that big. You would go.
Oh, Manny's looking for to retire. He's not. Hey, bro.
Yeah, he's looking to cash out. He's totally looking to cash out. Yeah.
You want to know what would be a good pay-per-view that would make a good amount of money?
He's on Oscar level.
No, you need a Mikey Garcia level opponent.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Hate to say it, but that's exactly what you need. You need somebody right.
Lee, I'm telling you right now, don't get Manny past Triple G either. You know what? I just watched the
Derevyanchenko.
Yes, that guy.
That guy.
I'll say it later.
Shamalama ding dong.
Sergey. No, I know his name, but I'm fucking up right now. Sergey. Yeah. Just watch it over. Hey, he's old in that fight. Now, I know they said he might have been fighting a cold, but, dude, he can't keep up in that fight, man. He's throwing limited punches. He was getting hurt to the body. In the fight before, he goes the distance, too. But don't get it past Manny that he can't outbox Triple G if this is the new, Triple G just woke up and he is now 36 years old.
Okay, where is he in the middleweight division? Is he leaning towards the? I just thought of a name that would look really good for Manny Pacquiao. I mean, where is Manny Pacquiao in the middleweightish kind of discussion?
I think one fight, one and done. It's Triple G back. Now,
are you guys ready for the fight that should actually happen?
Oh, here we go. Come on. What is it?
Sergey Kovalev versus Manny
Pacquiao. That's the light heavyweight. Yeah.
I was gonna say he probably nails it too, but that's a little too far of a stretch, Lee. I'm always with you, bro.
I'll tell you why this is actually a good fight. I think based on his speed, he's gonna win on points, which is all he does these days, right? Unless they do it in Macau and he can juice up.
Hey, you want to know why?
But now everybody's talking Triple G Pacquiao. Now everybody's talking Canelo Pacquiao. Pacquiao wants to stay in the mix until next year when he can cash out and get another.
Listen,
you want my opinion? I think Pacquiao's the only guy who's bitter that he never got in beyond the Mayweather sweepstake.
Manny Pacquiao, and I would throw it to you right out there, Miguel. I know I'm eating it up right now. Manny Pacquiao, we just named 3 fighters from 3 different networks, from 3 different promotional companies. Yep. And Miguel just confirmed why that's happening. And that's because Manny's looking for the biggest check. And I believe the biggest check is still going to be for Manny Pacquiao only pay-per-view. He needs to get his fight on pay-per-view. I think his fans would show up, and I think the number one opponent for his pay-per-view spot would be Triple G. Triple G has a crossover love affair also with the Mexican fan base in America. Manny Pacquiao does as well, plus his Filipino side. I think that fight does great numbers for both men, and that's the fight they roll with. But he will. And if he is successful doing it, you will then see Bob Arum investing back into pay-per-view or ESPN and them doing that with Bob.
Well, it's going to come up a lot in the stories today. Pay-per-view is going to start happening in a couple of months. This is
yes.
They're
but
going.
But wait a minute though. That's the wrong fight. That's the wrong fight. Manny Pacquiao Triple
They're gonna
G.
ask us to pay for something. It better be fucking like worth it.
That's right. Manny Pacquiao Triple G, baby. That's pay-per-view.
Miguel.
Go ahead, Miguel.
Yeah. Oh no. Just to kind of like finish that off, we're not going to see it. Like, even though Bob Arum has been talking about Crawford and Pacquiao, like, no, we're not going to fucking see that. That's not the paycheck that Pacquiao's looking for. We all know this, right? I mean, it would be a legitimate scrap. You know, with something that us hardcore fans would be totally interested in. But I mean, come on now. We know that Manny's got, you know, bigger fish to fry. I guess he's got his eyes set on a bigger prize. And if it's not, you know, and here's the thing, but if we do we think if we were to see a Pacquiao and Triple G, is it going to be in an empty arena, or are they going to wait until they can get fancy?
No, I think you give them a tune-up, right? You give them a tune-up. You have to. Here's the problem. Even when we're talking about this,
you ain't get any younger, guys.
You got to keep. You got to look. Yeah. As much as I like to joke about 50%, let's be honest, 75% of Chavez's opponents, Chavez fought every 4.5 minutes in Vegas. Like, every 4 weeks, I remember as a kid going out to the Hilton to watch an undercard before a big pay-per-view because Chavez didn't want to train. Chavez was busy banging broads and creating little versions of himself across the country. And so his logic, which is really good logic, by the way, if you've ever taken a combat sport, I'm going to say this to anyone. If you're thinking about it, let me tell you the best way to be great. If you're not sparring for real, you're not sparring. There's no such thing as fake sparring. There's sparring at best. I think, according to one of my trainers, said sparring at best is going at 50%. At best, if you're doing it correctly. You're working on technique and you're working on style. The only way you know for sure is somebody who's trying. You go to a tournament. You go to a live boxing match. You go fight at the
someone who's trying to.
You go to the DoubleTree and fight a nobody who's 4-0 and the California champion. Great, you're a big name. I'm really proud of you, Chris Arreola. But the truth is, go fucking fight him, because he wants to kill you. He really wants to take your fucking head off. And I know this from doing tournaments. Those people really want to fucking choke me out. Holy shit, this is for real. Like, you really want to hurt me. Like, until you do any real contact sport, wrestlers know this. Even, I would say, football is still pretty real at the high school level. I don't think basketball is. I don't think there's any other sport that's real. I think wrestling at the high school level, you finally realize, oh, this kid really wants to pin me down and, like, hurt me. Like, he's actually fucking cornholing me. Like, he really wants to be the CIF champion so that he can go to, what's the place in New Mexico, Miguel, where everybody wants to go and be a great MMA guy.
It's John Winklejohn and.
Well, no. Well, you're thinking of Hackelman. It sounds like, and that's San Jose.
No. Winkleman, where freaking Holly Holm is, and
right. So every high school wrestler is already dreaming of, oh, I don't have to do pro wrestling anymore. I can go do real MMA. Every high school person is working towards college, towards pro. NBA kids are like, high school NBA is like, we're playing basketball. We get a letter on our jacket. I don't want to break it to you. My daughter's in band. You get a letter. Yay. I had to cut weight for 3 weeks. I mean, that's the truth. And nowhere when I was in high school did I think, oh, I'm going to go find John Hackelman and all the guys over at Team Quest, and I'm going to be a great MMA person. Maybe if I would have had a different attitude about it and probably would have had a subdural hematoma much sooner. But boxing is really weird. I don't think these guys can take a year layoff. I'm really interested in Canelo right now at this moment. Okay, he's got a bad wheel. Unless this dude is doing massive road work down in Mexico and keeping himself tight as tight. We're talking about, let's be honest, who are the top 5 money draws right now? Anthony Joshua's next fight, if he fights in the top 5, is a $100 million fight. If they do it in England or Europe or wherever. Anyone disagree with that sentence?
No.
In a non-bubble world.
Yeah.
No, even in a bubble world. I mean, Dubai would probably pay huge money to see him. The Arabs
they love him. They love that guy.
Okay. Canelo Alvarez is $100 million fighter in the making. Anyone disagree with that?
No.
Manny Pacquiao, $100 million fighter.
Yep.
And I hate to say it because you guys hate me when I say it. Mayweather is still a big ticket draw. This dude is still making money, and he hasn't picked up a glove and keeps retiring every 5.5 minutes. But Mayweather is still if Mayweather decided to fight anyone and put it on pay-per-view and just decided I'm going to make the money from pay-per-view and produced it himself in a bubble in Vegas, he's making $20 or $30 million without even batting an eye. He is. He just is. Because we want to see what that nitwit's doing. And I don't know. Can you guys think of another fighter? It's not Triple G. It's not, I feel bad for Usyk, who was on the rise, who probably would be the next undisputed heavyweight champion. It's not Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury's not a $100 million fighter. I'm in love with Tyson Fury. But Tyson Fury's killing himself by not driving out to the bubble and taking a fight. Nobody remembers you, bro. They're not. They're just not. Deontay Wilder? Deontay Wilder's not a $100 million fighter.
No way.
No, I think Tyson Fury is, though.
Make the argument. I want to hear this.
Maybe not in America, but Tyson Fury is a global star right now. He's right up there with Anthony Joshua. So, yeah, his return to boxing is going to be huge.
I would argue, hold on, Andrew. I would argue that Anthony Joshua's only chance to make $100 million legit Floyd Mayweather type check would only be if he fought Tyson Fury.
That's only in America, because the guy's a star everywhere else. He's a star in Europe. He's a star in Dubai.
In that fight,
exactly.
At the O2, that thing is money all day.
I think probably even on a pay-per-view over in England, it's money. And if they do it in Dubai, they're going to pay him big money just to have the fight there. So
a bubble. You think if those two fought right now in the bubble?
They throw away money out there like it's nothing. So $20 million to them, that ain't shit, Lee.
Did we just solve boxing? I feel
boxing,
like we just solved
boxing. Wait a minute. If you let me finish, I was going to solve it a while ago. If you would let me finish.
Go ahead. All right. Hold on.
Boxing is going to save it for the sports world. You got to understand this. You're going to see a lot of sports world, a lot of the professional sports trying to go pay-per-view if boxing makes it in the bubble and people tune in and pay. Because without fans, what leverage does the NFL have going to any city now and saying we want no taxes, all your hotels free for all of our staff, all of our officials, our doctors, our lawyers? We're all coming to the Super Bowl, and you're giving it to us for free. Because this is the shit we hear about when the NFL bids in cities for their Super Bowl to land there. But the only reason why the NFL gets all of this is because of the fans that come. Without the fans, how do they generate any of this? You're going to have a lot of it's going to depend on TV, on commercials and all that. But don't be surprised if you see somebody saying, you know what, to watch the Super Bowl this year, we might have to put it on pay-per-view if we want to pay for everything else to be free. Boxing, this is why I say Manny is so big right now. Manny might turn this whole thing over because he's the only one that's done it, and he's hot. Pacquiao is a hot athlete right now. How this guy has made a comeback from 5 years from what he did to what Floyd did to him, remarkable. Beating Thurman last year, an undefeated young fighter like that. So this is gonna be big, and we'll see what happens.
I turn this to you, Miguel. I mean, okay, so realistically, the only thing Anthony Joshua can do is fight Fury or Deontay Wilder. Like that's the weird little trilogy there. That's a couple of $100 million. I think Deontay's ego won't fight again unless he's got a crowd. But when Andrew's talking about Manny Pacquiao, and here's the question I'm going to frame up. You're looking at Triple G, you're looking at Canelo, you're looking at a mid-tier of guys between welterweight to middleweight to even light heavyweight. Manny Pacquiao, if he fought any of those, it's pretty close to a $100 million fight. Like if he takes a top name on the cusp single belt guy. And by the way, Manny Pacquiao has an entire country behind him, much like Anthony Joshua. I mean, I think that's the important thing. I think the United States does not have, that's our guy in boxing. Japan has in a way who they're dubbing now the mini Mike Tyson or whatever crazy name they've given him, right? So Japan has gotten behind him. What is it? Thailand has.
Does boxing need that guy?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do, Andrew. I think you do. I think you need, like, if Mexico, if I went to downtown Mexico right now.
Alvarez. Yeah, he's from Mexico. He's like the number one fighter in America.
It's going to be Canelo, right? It's no doubt. Manny Pacquiao's in the driver's seat, but he needs to fight. I don't know if Manny, at his age, I know this from a guy who, at my age, you got to fight, bro. You got to fight, and you got to fight with people who want to kill you.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't even think we can include welterweights in there because all of the major like welterweight title holders, we got All American, Errol Spence and who else? I can't think of other champions but as far as the PBC guys, for example, Danny Garcia's and all those guys, they don't have whole countries behind them the way fucking Manny does. So thinking about Manny on a pay-per-view platform against any other welterweights, any of the quote unquote big name welterweights, they're all American. They're not going to have him fighting any one of those guys. You can pretty much count that out. If it's not 154 or 160, I don't think Manny should take the fight because he's looking for the big paycheck. We mentioned that earlier, and I don't think they're that big a paycheck at 147 for him.
All right, so here's the final question for this final topic, which turned into a great topic. We're actually like a real boxing show again, and it's starting to irritate me. The first fight at Allegiant Stadium. Not bubble, $100 million super fight, and we'll just say that they get the undercard right, Don King era, where you're defending 15 titles, and it's 5 hours of pay-per-view. All right, I'm going to give you all the bells and whistles. Who is the main event next year that breaks all the records, Andrew?
I mean, that's hard to say, Lee. I'm going to stick with.
Not hard for me. I know who it is.
Oh, I'm going to stick with Pacquiao. It's going to be someone attached to Manny Pacquiao's name because he's the only one that did it. And you got to start off with someone that has a history, experience in this industry.
I think Pacquiao fights before the end of the year, Andrew. I think he's not crazy. I think he takes an easy walkover like a Mikey Garcia or somebody like at that level. And I don't say Mikey Garcia, but I say someone at that level.
To say that you got to come up with the company that's going to sign him because he's not going to do both of these fights on the Manny Pacquiao promotion. So he's either signing with Bob Arum and ESPN again, or he's signing with Matchroom.
Yeah, it'll be
Matchroom. You take the zone. You take the zone.
There you go. And
they're
if that's the case,
then you're looking at
Andrew.
They have money.
Then if you're, man, there's been a lot of there's a lot of saying they have money, they're broke, they have money. I don't know. I mean, we heard their boss the other day say pay-per-view is a good thing. This is on the back of a fucking company that said, oh, boxing will never be on pay-per-view a year ago. Streaming is the new thing in the world. I don't know. Another sport that I think is going to be real interested in this has to be NASCAR. NASCAR used to get like 100,000 people to those races. They're not getting that anymore. They might have a fan
viewership. It had zero viewership, and what they've discovered is, wow, you really had no viewership.
So maybe you
show up live, but nobody wants to watch on TV.
Yeah, so maybe you got to maybe they do like a WWE platform, right? Because they still got some type of fan base. So maybe you do a streaming NASCAR online or some shit. I don't know, but these if you can't have sold out arenas and people buying merchandise and programs. People, listen, there used to be rumors De La Hoya would make $20 million on programs and t-shirts. Okay. I knew there was people buying $20 fucking lollipops when De La Hoya fought Mosley. A lollipop, $20. They don't have this anymore. This is all gone if you don't have fans. And if your sport used to pack in 72, 100,000 people, and that's now gone, you got to look at how you're going to make that money back, and your TV contract's maxed. The TV contract's already done. It's been done. Why would they give you any more? So they're going to have to look elsewhere.
Hey, why are you fucking on the phone?
Hey, you make
Fucking
good
lollipops,
money.
bro.
I didn't hate.
Why you being?
Hey,
You're calling them out on the
$20. Listen, pendejo. You're calling me out on my $20 lollipops. Yeah, I gave
Elvis
away.
fucking face.
I will walk to the ring. I will
Miguel.
walk to the ring on the night that I beat one of those fucking brothers, the one who didn't kill the guy, right? You remember the brother, the one that didn't kill the guy?
I want to say he even. Hey,
Yes.
Miguel.
One of
he
those
even
Ruelas fuckers, right?
De La
You
Hoya.
remember when I
Hey,
beat
don't
Ruelas
lie.
by a
Oscar.
kind of a questionable stoppage?
Oscar, don't
Bob,
lie.
You want to know what Bob told me? Bob says, "Hey, take 5 shirts and then write on the front of them, lollipops, $20."
25 bucks, bro, for a fucking towel with De La Hoya's face on it. 25 bucks. How much do you think that towel was made in China?
Hey, bro. Listen, buddy. Listen, I'm trying to work with you. All right. Why you gotta shit on me?
I'm just playing.
You know how much wooden spoons cost? I mean, I break that shit off all the time on my bitches, and I'm way behind. I'm still catching up on.
Pay them. You know, one of the reasons why we know about the wooden spoon is because you didn't want to pay, Oscar. If you just brought out the fucking money, never would have heard of a fucking wooden
And for the
spoon
record,
up your ass.
because Fight Net Radio will never let it go. Yes, he really was.
No one does. No one does.
Really
No
was
one
in the
ever lets it
fishnet
go.
stockings and the boxing gloves.
You don't let things like that go.
Oh
Okay?
my God,
you
ever.
take fucking 7 photos of you.
Ever.
Yes, it's on film. You can pretty much ever
No,
forget about
no,
ever
no,
going
on
away ever.
ESPN. Look, I have done some crazy shit. Okay. And people have heard me say crazy shit, including a bunch of exes who have heard me say crazy shit on the show. And my answer is always the same. You're going to base my real life experience based on Fight Net Radio? Why, that's just crazy.
Wait a minute, though. Let's be real with Fight Net Radio, and Fight Net Radio needs to be real, too, fans. We're all a little kinky because no one disowned Oscar De La Hoya.
No.
None of his fighters.
No.
Hey, let me tell you something. If it said Oscar was messing around with a fucking pedophile, no one would claim him. He would be out of boxing.
Honestly, okay.
Hey,
You want
I'm just saying, everybody's a little bit kinky, whatever.
I'm going to tell you why.
To each his own. To each his own.
To each his own. That's right. That's right.
I'm going to tell you why I'm cleaning up my life. First of all, my real life is starting to leak into Fight Net Radio, and they're becoming like a blurry, weird thing. Like, I knew it when I went out with Miguel, and I actually, like, that whole sequence of events, and Miguel came back, you're out of control. You're everything you say you are.
Dude, you look like a fucking zombie.
Right? So how long would it have been, Andrew, if I kept this shit up, kept my marketing up before, hashtag Me Too hits podcasting world of boxing for Fight Net Radio. Lee Honish, long time and first time boxing podcaster.
I can't believe it hasn't already happened. What do you know?
Right?
Right?
Based on my behavior? Yeah. Like, I've joked about this. Now Miguel spent time with me. Miguel, you get to play the Lee Honish game. You ready? It's the first time ever on Fight Net Radio. Okay. If Lee Honish was found dead with a blood alcohol content of over 3, coked up to the gills with a bag of Coke, with a spoon up his ass and a dead hooker next to him in a dumpster, would you be surprised?
No. Like, it would have been like, yeah, we saw this coming.
I told him to stop.
I told him.
And by the way, for the record, because everybody thinks, oh, that's just a joke. It's Fight Net Radio, ha humor. I've given the test to my daughter, and she goes, no, that's very plausible. It's not that extreme, Andrew. I wouldn't go that extreme with her. I'm like, if I was found dead in a dumpster, would you be surprised or sad? She goes, oh, I'd be sad. Surprised? No. You get mixed up in weird stuff. Right. Because it sounds like fun at the time.
Be like Michael Jordan's dad out in the desert, man, between Vegas and LA or San Diego.
All right. Miguel, first super fight in Vegas.
In Vegas.
What do you think is the
Vegas?
I said Allegiant Stadium.
Oh,
first non-bubble fight, Andrew.
Oh, that's a long time from now.
It's next summer. I told you it would be next summer. It would be next summer.
Well, it's a full year.
That's what we're betting on here, Andrew. I mean, we're at a stake bet on this one. I'll start with you, Miguel. First,
hey, wait, time out. time out. We're on a steak bet because I'm not eating no fucking words later on. So we're going to get this out and taped right now. You are talking about no social distancing. 72,000 people are at the next fight next summer.
And wait, I'm even going to give you a caveat, Andrew. They actually stacked the undercard Don King style.
All right. Go on, Miguel. There it is.
So what fight would that? Oh, I would have to say Fury and AJ.
Yep.
Allegiant Stadium, stack that shit. I gotta say that.
Strong. Yeah. It's strong. That's a good bet. I would give you even money on that bet. Andrew.
Well, that was easy because they already said.
That's not what it's going to be, Andrew. It's not what it's going to be.
Whatever. You know what? Let me tell you something, man. The way the sports world has responded to COVID, the sports world might be running, you guys, but COVID has totally taken over it. All right, we've gotten, everybody's been affected. We've had tests that are killing sports everywhere, suspending games. Dude, the other day, and I know I always bring it up, but it's a sport. There was a horse track, Del Mar, like 3 weeks ago. All the 16 fucking jockeys, 13 jockeys, something like this, all test positive. They canceled the whole goddamn thing.
Well, first of all, jockeys are leprechauns. All right,
you know what I'm saying?
I've actually known a few jockeys in my life. Actually, I'm friends. I've actually got photos of me with actual jockeys and their horses. They're fucking leprechauns, dude. They eat like
totally
one burrito.
Hear you. But I'm just saying, like, COVID's winning. Like, we're not beating COVID. We're just working around it. And that's cool. I'm with that. Wait a minute.
I'm trying to accept this as we're just getting rid of obese people, okay? That's my new mindset.
Well, see, but wait. If you let me finish, I don't want it to get to the old people. I don't want my grandma to die because, all of us say, hey, fuck it, man. Yeah, we're all going to fucking get it. So whatever. No, let's be responsible. For 1 fucking year, let's give it a year. Let's give these doctors a chance to try to fucking help, and then we can get the shit started.
Andrew,
but if your argument is we're all gonna fucking get it anyways, fuck you, dude.
No. I'm not saying that.
I'm not talking to you, Lee.
I know this about you. Hold on, Andrew. I think everybody's gonna carry the virus. I hear you. I know you do.
You need more coffee.
Oh my God! Aren't you guys glad I'm back on some level? That I feel like a week to clean out.
Yes.
All right. So Andrew, I'm not. Look, even my mom and my dad, who's slightly obese, my answer to them is stay on top of that fucking hill and order your food until this is over. Just shut the fuck up. You don't need to go anywhere. I need to go to the doctor. No, you don't. You don't. I don't care what the doctor says. He can send you whatever. He can ask you questions over the phone. You don't need to go anywhere. This is about obese America fucking taking fat fuckers in Fort Lauderdale who want to go party in 3 feet of water and piss in somebody's pool. This is what it's about. And it's happening in San Diego and California right now. I would tell you the bulk of all the issues are fucking LA people who can't handle their scandal, Orange County white people who think they're too cool for the room, and San Diego people who are like, how many people can we fuck in a day? Like, that's what's. I would guarantee that the bulk of the cases.
Well, over here, there's a lot of talk of, and I hate separating everyone. They say Latin families are being exposed a lot out here in the Bay Area because they tend to stay together a lot more. So it's on both sides. I think it's affecting everyone, Lee. It's affecting everyone, and
Miguel,
we need to do a better job. We need to do a better job.
Miguel, you've been to the Oceanside Beach, I assume, on your travels.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say it's predominantly white or predominantly Hispanic?
Shit. Well, no, I'd say.
Do you know anything about the city of Vista?
No. I mean, the fact that it's named Vista. Yeah.
There you go.
This is Hispanic. Yeah.
Dude, I'm the only one who walks around without a tattoo who isn't saying, hey, how you doing? hey, bro. Hey. The white people are strange. Hey. Jesus. Hey, is that shirt that says jiu-jitsu for real, bro? You want to go? What are you talking about? It's a Thursday night. What is this discussion? No, I don't want to go. I can't get hit in the head. I can't get hit with a tennis ball. All right. Miguel is taking Joshua versus Fury in Vegas, Andrew.
Allegiant Stadium.
Allegiant Stadium, 72,000 people with a stacked Bob Arum and Eddie Hearn card. Stacked. But we're talking in the days, because I actually remember this. I'm old enough. Andrew probably. When Don King would do 5-hour pay-per-view cards with 16 championships on the card, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, they would go till 1 o'clock in the morning. Like, they were the craziest fucking cards ever. Andrew,
and that
who's your main event in Vegas next summer? I'll even give you help.
I'm gonna go with the
I'll
biggest.
let you have Cinco de Mayo.
I'm gonna go with the biggest grossing fight in Las Vegas history. I got to go with the third fight because it's on contract and there's been no confirmation that Wilder's took and step aside money, you guys. I have heard nothing of this. I've got to go back to Fury Wilder 3 will happen at Allegiant Stadium. That will be the first fight. And then, we'll go from there. But I got to tell you, 72,000 shoulder to shoulder, I don't see that happening by summertime.
No, they get. Hold on, I keep up on this shit. We'll have it by the end of the year. Actually, I don't want to blow smoke up anyone's ass. I'm not saying they have it under control, but I'm saying, yeah, we can go to a concert. Yeah, we can go to a venue. Yeah, it'll probably be a little spaced out, but by next July, August, September, yeah, there are 3 companies that are really close. They're in third phase of trial. We're real close, actually. I'm putting my faith in Fauci, which, well, he's white. There you go, white people. You don't think I'd stand up for you? I'm standing up for the white guy. And technically he's Italian, but who gives a shit? Close enough. Andrew, who's your main event next summer?
So the mafia is going to save the world. I like that. No, I'm just kidding. That's wrong on. That's
your main event.
So racist. Just because he said Italian, I said mafia. That is so racist.
So your first fight, Allegiant, 72,000 strong.
Yeah,
your
man.
First fight is Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder at Allegiant Stadium just before the kickoff of the 2021 season.
Yes.
Ooh, strong. All right, I'm going to tell you what it's actually going to be. I'm sticking to this, Andrew, and when I'm right,
I know.
Nobody's ever going to give me credit for this. There is no way Floyd Mayweather is not going to be the first fight in that fucking stadium. There is no fucking way on the planet. I don't care if he fights Errol Spence. I don't care if he fights Manny Pacquiao. There is no way Floyd is not the first fight in that stadium. There is no fucking way. I don't even know how you guys would walk over Floyd.
He wouldn't have been if COVID never comes, though. That's you got. He
would have been there this summer. Yeah, he would have fought Manny Pacquiao. I would have won my bet.
Wait a minute. Fury and Tyson were already signed. Tyson and Wilder was already signed for Allegiant Stadium, though. That was already going to happen if COVID never hits. So and it's not ready by summertime. They were going to be.
I agree. I agree. What we've had is a sort of a weird. I'm going to use a big word for the room. Didactic shift in the. I hate being sober. I really hate being sober.
That was like Galaxy of the. What's that Marvel's movie? It's a good movie.
I don't know. There has been a didactic shift in boxing, right? We have what we call bubble boxing.
Or isn't that Tim the Tool Man? You remember when he did the space movie? Did you guys ever see that one?
Galaxy Quest.
Yes.
Galaxy Quest. That's where they're from. The word you just used.
I guarantee Miguel has never seen that movie. I guarantee it. Oh, yeah. I guarantee it.
I know what you guys talking about, but have I seen it? No.
You were born the year the movie came out.
No, hell no.
Miguel? No, I'm just kidding. Don't answer that on here.
Not. I will neither confirm nor deny that. No.
You know the funniest part about today's show? Andrew looked at the first 8 stories. He goes, "That's like 20 minutes of stories." I went, "No, it's not. It's not." I knew I'd get the first hour out of the first half of this story arc I had.
I know.
I write a pretty decent show when I've got my head together. So how does Mayweather not take advantage of building a brand, probably releasing a clothing line, probably releasing his first rap album, getting into a fight with, and a pre-show concert with his long-hated rival 50 Cent, who hasn't done a show in 5 years.
Oh,
I am telling you,
hand out vitamin water to the crowd while we're at it.
handing out vitamin water to the crowd. So 50 Cent opens the show with a 45-minute rap show, followed by the shittiest card of all time from Mayweather Fighters. We can watch the fucking fish-eyed wonder go in there and fight for a couple of hours. With a main event, and I'm going to say it, Andrew knows it. Who's my main event against Mayweather?
Manny Pacquiao.
Fucking A. And he will not make $100 million. He will make $150 million. There, boom, drop the mic. Wait.
For dramatic effect.
Well, yeah, you got to go. Wait. Oh my God. Hilariously, my audio meter just went, your audio, just check the audio pane and audio level. But that's the point, right? Somebody's going to crack the code on this. There's going to be a bubble crack. There's going to be what I think. Here's a really good follow-up question, and I'll start with you, Miguel. Who's going to be the first one to jump over the network TV line and go, hey, CBS, NBC, Fox, ABC, have you thought about original content from boxing? Question mark? I think PBC's got an inline ride with Fox.
Yeah, with Fox. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I don't think they want to go. They failed dramatically unless they got two big names.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna have. Oh man, shit. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna have to be the biggest welterweight title fight we can do right now. Like that isn't here in America. I guess would be Crawford and fucking Spence. If that was on CBS or Fox or some shit, I'd be doing some crazy ass numbers. But I mean, even then, we have to get hold of.
Why wouldn't you? At least I know they're gonna get. I'm telling you, this isn't a joke. I am watching real network TV for the first time in months.
$1 billion trying to make boxing mainstream again.
Can I say this, Andrew? Do you want to know the happiest man because of COVID? The happiest man on the planet based on COVID. Like literally, his dick explodes cum every morning when he wakes up.
Who's that?
Al Heyman. Al Heyman is the happiest man.
Ding Ding does that.
I'm telling you that Al Heyman wakes up every day, his dick is hard, and it actually sprays cum, and he wakes up with a smile going, COVID is still here. Nobody's asking me about the money. Every fucking day. I guarantee Al Heyman was the first guy to file for support. Al Heyman was the first guy to... Nobody... I know we have a lot of boxing writers who listen to the show. Hey, go do some research, dickheads. I guarantee that the PBC has filed for money and support. Guarantee it. Guarantee.
They all have.
They all have. Al Heyman, if he's a real person, is literally the happiest guy on the planet because you're not going to be under indictment. All you have to do is, I was right there. We were on our next pay-per-view, and then COVID happened. Judge. I'm going to file bankruptcy. It was fun.
It's all part of the game. Thank you. Come again.
No, there is no part of this game, Andrew. COVID is so unique that Al Heyman literally
what the judge told the investors, Lee. What the judge told the investors.
Well, I mean, if I were Al Heyman, I would literally wake up every day and go, thank you, God, for like infecting and killing hundreds of thousands of people.
Jeez.
Well, I'm back to normal, Andrew. What did you expect? All right, so the bet is the person who gets closest to their prediction. We're all going to the fight. The two losers will pay for the most expensive dinner or the winner. All right, nice. Cool. I can't wait. Moving forward, Mike Tyson says training at 54 is really painful. Really? Said no one ever.
That means he's going to get injured soon.
Hold on. This is literally the funniest line ever. Andrew, what was your comment when I was saying that I was going to go to do the Billy Wright thing, have another fight, or do anything? What was your hope?
I don't know. Oh, you got injured in training. Yeah.
Right.
No, this happened.
I'm 52. Yeah, and man. Mike Tyson is 54, and Mike Tyson's in better shape than me, and he's already doing the... Yeah, it sucks.
He's in good shape, but is he 100? in 10%, good
Well-
shape, because that's how he's throwing them punches on those highlight videos. And if you haven't thrown a punch in 15 years and then you just start throwing like that, most of the time you're going to hurt something in your back.
Let's follow this up. Mike Tyson 54 says training is really painful. This coming to us from Fight News. And why do we respect Fight News? That's because Flat Top rocks the world. For those of you who don't know, the only reason you know about boxing is because of a wonderful man named Flat Top. And I'm going to keep saying it for a couple of weeks because we should respect a man who loved boxing as much as us. Former heavyweight champion Mike Tyson. Who wrote this? Nobody. God damn it. It's a press release. Mike Tyson appeared on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon to talk return to boxing after 15 years. Iron Mike is facing Roy Jones. I watched the interview. In a pay-per-view exhibition on September 12th. I'm back, man. I'm back. I don't know how come I'm back. I started training. I'm back in shape. I'm 228, and I've been boxing, doing what I can. I can't believe it either, man. It's just I can't believe in the fountain of I don't believe in the fountain of youth, but something just came over me, and I'm back, man. That's a lot of mans. How many mans in one man? I feel like the title of this show is going to be the top 5 moneymakers, man. On Facing Roy Jones. Oh man, Jesus. I'm so happy. Yeah, man.
All that.
Well, I actually watched the interview. It was this bad. Oh man, I'm so happy. Yay, man. I'm going to be awesome. I'm so happy to be coming back into the ring and facing Roy Jones on September 12th. It's going to be so awesome. He's the greatest fighter of his generation. I'm the greatest fighter of my generation. It's a no-brainer that we should clash. On training at age 54, well, it's really painful. No shit, Sherlock. I actually went for a 5-mile walk yesterday and thought, my left ankle hurts a lot. And that's walking. And from his experience right now, I'll never call another fighter a bum again because anybody that does this or attempts to do this is no bum. Hold on. Personal note from Lee Honish. Thank you, Mike Tyson. My kids think I should sit my old ass down. I agree. But what do they know? I'm very confident. They don't know how to fight. Neither one of my kids can beat me in a fight. So what are they talking about? All right, so let's talk about this. This was the biggest news out of the week. It was confirmed that it was going to be Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones, which prompted Teddy Atlas to go on his channel and do the whole, somebody's going to get hurt at their age.
Well, someone is going to get hurt. What are you talking about?
Yeah, they're already hurt. You can clearly tell. Already hurt.
And I even saw this from one of my trainers out of Vegas. Did the sparring is only 50, or exhibitions are 50% of sparring, or sparring is 50% of exhibition or fighting or whatever. Like everybody's coming out with their whole little tidbits. Here's my speculation on this. Roy is a more active fighter than Mike Tyson. Roy has fought within the last year, period. That's for real. He's gone to Russia and done crazy shit. Like he has no compunction about taking real fights. I think this fight's going to turn into a real fight. The question I have is, number one, I start with you, Andrew. Is this a real fight or is it really an exhibition? Drago versus, Apollo Creed.
It's an exhibition. It's supposed to be an exhibition fight that can go terribly wrong because of the two fighters that are in the ring. I'm going to tell you, the videos that Roy Jones has posted online, I don't like the fact that he has his hands down and he's relying on natural ability to dodge punches. One, the man that's throwing the punches is not the speed or look or anything of Mike Tyson. And yeah, Roy, you can get out of that punch. That's easy. But what happens when Mike Tyson's left hook, just one, not saying the whole night, I'm saying that one left hook, that you don't get out of the way of because you're 51 years old and your body don't move like it did when you were 25. He's going to get knocked out. Roy Jones is going to get knocked out. He can't take the left hook of Mike even for fun.
That's a hot take. That's a hot take. That's a hot take, Andrew.
They should put that on the promo.
All right, Miguel.
I suspect it's going to remain a fucking an exhibition. I mean, I feel like things might get a little heated in there. They're going to start
an exhibition.
Yeah, exactly. Throw the damn towel. But
That's right.
like, they're gonna throw the damn towel.
Hey, but
that's what I'm thinking. Like they're gonna go. I think once. I mean, this has happened to us, right?
Oh,
we're
you guys
sparring
already started me on this.
harder than we expected, and we're like, oh shit, all right, you want to throw down then? Let's go. So then, things I anticipate it happening, but I do agree with what Andrew was saying. It's like there are some fighters that are so damn special that the fundamentals go out the fucking window. Manny Pacquiao being one of them, Roy Jones being one of them. Putting the hands down because he used to be able to get out of the way of these shots. It's not like that anymore. Now, by that same token, also Tyson isn't exactly as fast as he used to be. But realistically, he doesn't need to land flush to fuck you up. He can hit you anywhere, man, and he'll mess you up bad. It's just a bad idea. I hope that Roy Jones. Go ahead, Will.
Go ahead, Miguel. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, no, just like Roy Jones. Like, I hope it doesn't get out of hand. I hope these guys go in there knowing it's a fucking exhibition and not throw 100% heat behind those shots when things get a little heated in the ring, which doesn't to happen.
So if Roy Jones comes out to Living in America, are we all just gonna fucking go, really?
If he dies, he dies.
I've been trying to think of the fight.
This is, by the way, this is exactly how I think the actual fight will look like. I think Roy Jones' attitude will be on the outside and try to stay away from a monster.
Have you guys ever seen Mike Tyson sparring? When he hits his sparring partner and they are out on their feet and then he grabs them, he was always, he never killed his partners. He would hurt them and then immediately he's like, hey, help this guy. I just knocked him out on his feet. That's going to be him and Roy when he does hurt him with the left. He's not going to finish Roy, but he's going to see that his left, because you guys listen, Roy's been knocked out by some punches that barely landed. That Glenn Johnson one. Hey, Lee,
Glenn.
Well, this is Andrew's fight, right? This is Andrew's complete attitude of what the fight will look like. The first time Tyson digs one to the body, because I've watched him, he's working the body like a beast, and then he's coming back with the overhand right.
Left hook.
By the way, this is exactly what the fight's going to look like based on Andrew's recollection. It's supposed to be an exhibition.
A lot of the times, it's where the punch lands. It's not it's not how heavy-handed the fighter was, right? It could be the perfect shot. Damn it, these are two professional boxers. They land the perfect shot. Even at 54, they know where to land that punch. Roy, put your fucking
and especially power shots, especially like Tyson. The last thing that they lose, they lose the reflexes first. The last thing they lose is the power. And if Tyson has that power, he doesn't even have to land flush on Roy. Anywhere on the head, temple area, no, he's going down.
He's gonna start doing the what was that dance move called?
How would he have come in? By the way, anybody watching this?
Leg? Was it the stinky leg?
Yeah, it was that Austin Trout shit against Canelo. He's doing that.
Yes, and that's when Tyson's gonna grab him. They might even stop the fight, you guys. They're like, oh fuck, that totally went ass backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Look, there's Roy Jones' wife. She's already crying. She already fucking knows what's gonna happen.
You don't stop this fight for nothing. You can't do no more, champ. You can't do no more.
Y'all must have beat out. Bam.
It's like no, Roy, you forgot. Shit, you retired. You forgot.
Oh my god, hilariously.
I'm nervous for Roy because he's keeping his damn hands down and he's fat and he's old and it just looks like
it won't look as pretty as this, right?
No, it's gonna be one punch.
The damn towel.
He even shoves the referee away and everything. Oh,
by the way, who actually gets to hold the guy against the ring? And there's so much wrong with this sequence.
There is, dude. Oh, all of the Rocky movies, maybe not the most recent ones, but the first ones, good lord.
Even though I got to tell you, Ray Mercer, Tommy Morrison is pretty close to this in real life, really, you guys.
Oh yeah.
So close to
man.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Stop the fight!
That was a throw the fucking towel moment for Tommy Morrison.
By the way, here's the next one that blows my mind. Everybody rushes the ring without a doctor. Somebody get a doctor.
All the photographers and everything. Yeah.
Right?
And they're immediately interviewing them.
While literally Filippo is already announcing the winner of the fight. I mean, I don't know what was happening in the 80s because I didn't really become a true boxing fan till the 90s. Wow, that would just... Nevada Athletic Commission, sorry. Shut out on that. All right, so final prediction on this fight. You can't change your mind right now, Andrew. Winner of this fight.
Mike Tyson by stoppage.
Ooh.
On accident.
Miguel.
Accidental stoppage.
Accidental stoppage. Didn't know this shit was about to happen.
Yeah.
Stallone runs to the ring and actually throws the towel this time. Miguel, winner of the fight.
Man. Okay, so I'm leaning towards Roy because I do think that he's gonna come to his fucking senses and bring his damn hands up and pretty much dance circles around, the older Tyson. So I'm gonna have to say they're gonna go the distance. Yeah, they're gonna go the distance. I think. I mean, it's not gonna be a winner because there aren't any judges or anything. So I mean, if it would be, I would say it goes the distance. Roy wins.
All right, I'm gonna give you guys you want a real breakdown? I'm gonna give you a real breakdown.
Yeah.
Right.
Wait, should I put the video back up? Wait, hold on. I feel I've got a rant coming on. Hold on.
No, it wasn't going to be a rant.
Yeah, Andrew, it's always a rant with you. Come on,
Oh,
we're back to normal
Yeah,
again.
you just got some coffee in you. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, go ahead.
The man don't have the reflexes to dodge every single left hook that Mike Tyson has, so I have him losing that fight. So then I got to think to Roy, what can you do? What happened in the past that some legends did? And you go to Ali. Ali is a fighter that used to rely a lot on natural ability. As he got older, what did he do? What did he do to Foreman? He did the rope-a-dope, right? Mm-hmm. So then I'm like, all right, well, let's put Roy on the ropes and see if he could do. No, Glenn Johnson knocked him out on the ropes while he tried to do the rope-a-dope. And I believe the same thing happened when he went to Russia. Who is the kid over in Russia knocked Roy out?
Enzo Macronelli.
Yes, and then Danny fucking Green. Matter of fact, it wasn't Russia. Let's go to Australia. Danny Green, doesn't he have him in the corner doing the rope-a-dope, thinking he can take the blows and gets knocked out? He doesn't win this fight. Unless it's totally scripted, Roy Jones is not going to win this fight just because he's lost the gift that brought him to the promised land of boxing. And that's
so your theory, it's round one of Drago versus
It might not be round one because, like Miguel says, the man's going to run for a while, Lee, but it's only, it's going to be the one punch that, oh, shit, he landed a clean one. You're going to see him do, I believe it's called the stinky leg. You guys can look it up, and they're going to stop the fucking fight.
Like that, just fucking dig it to the...
On accident. And Mike's gonna reach out and go, whoa. Sorry, I hit you in the head.
Is that when Stallone and Chef, who's the guy who goes to all the fights? Wait, hold on. Gordon Ramsay run to the ring with their little white towels in their hands. Gordon Ramsay's a big fight fan. I want to see like a bunch of celebrities run to the ring and throw a white towel for the fight.
I will tell you, I have to admit, the fight is hot. I've gotten phone calls on this fight, you guys. I'm not fucking lying.
It's crazier than that. My brother-in-law who came and got me yesterday. I
put it on my kids this morning at 7:30 in the morning. I talked about this fight. I'm not lying right now. Okay,
this is 2020's mega fight.
It's kind of leading up to that, Lee. It's kind of leading up. And what I'm scared of is that they're going to do us dirty. The whole thing's going to be scripted, and everyone's going to say, fuck, I don't know why I paid for that.
Yeah. Well, I think, dude, if there would be people, let's just say for the sake of argument, that were fans in the crowd at the end when there wouldn't be a winner, they would boo the shit out of everybody there. They'd be throwing shit into the ring. They'll be expecting a winner because, they're not legitimate fight fans. They're just kind of like casual fans. And they're like, okay.
Casuals. Yeah. They're bringing a lot of casuals back to this.
Yeah.
And I got to tell these legends one more time. This fucking thing works if you guys take it serious. This thing could work because some of these just make it 8-round fights, make it for $1 million purse, and all the guys that are broke come back and fight for it.
Bo would show up, and that would be sad.
You would see a lot of people show up. Lee, there's a lot of guys out there that lived $1 million lives that don't make $1 million anymore. So this tournament or whatever could work, and it got hot. There's people talking about it, and so don't make it look phony. You're
asking a bigger question.
I'm asking Roy to take one for the team. That's what I'm asking.
As a person who now has an official bleeder on his brain, here's my question. Wait, no, it's a real question. It's not a haha. If everybody fought within an age division, Miguel knows this. It's
only heavyweights. No fucking division.
Well, heavyweights in the appropriate age division where everybody's in the same age gap with the same brain set. I realize we're risking our fucking lives. I realize that if I did a tournament right now and went to the Pan Am Games next year, I'm risking my fucking life. Some dude could pick me up and slam me on my head and I could bleed out right on the mat and be okay with it. I made that choice. So are you saying, and by the way, I know who the champion would be if we did this. 40 to age, 55? I mean, you'd have to go 40 to 60. 20-year gap fair? Where do you want to go? 45
I don't give a shit. As long as you're retired.
45 to 55.
I don't really care. You
40,
can come back
okay,
whatever
45
you
to
want.
55. I'm going to tell you who's going to win the whole division that you guys aren't seeing. Klitschko would come back and take all the money.
Oh my God, here he goes again.
Really? The greatest heavyweight of all time. Fucking Drago. Look at him in the ring. Look at Klitschko in the ring.
Well, bring it. Like I said, listen, what they need to do is whoever's investing in this or whoever came up with this idea, they need to work out a deal with Roy Jones where Roy would get a percentage of all the pay-per-views for like the next 10 years because he's going to get hurt. He's going to get hurt if they take it serious. Who's that baseball player that signed with the Mets for like 22 years? He's getting paid. Bonilla? Mike? Right. Who is Bonilla? The baseball player, Lee? Come on, he has like the greatest...
Nobody watches baseball but you.
Oh, you suck, bro.
Yeah.
You suck. I think it's Bonilla. Yeah, anyways, he graduated... Miguel, he retired like in the 90s, and he gets paid until like 2022. Bobby Bonilla. That's right. There you go. There you go. Yeah, fucking awesome contract.
And by the way, if they really did a 45 to 55 gap, all right? And
Roy needs that contract.
If somebody did a 45 to 55 gap and they passed, nobody's got a bleeder, all right?
Bernard Hopkins and James.
Oh my God, they'd all fucking show up. Tony would show up.
Yes.
Tony would be a stud. Tony doesn't even sweat in the ring. Tony just sits on the ropes for 3 hours.
I mean, very good inside fighter. You know what, Lee? He's a dark horse in winning it all.
Fighter of all time.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my God.
He would probably whip a lot of these old men and start getting tired in round 6 and 7.
Well, just how he did against fucking.
You would see Ray Mercer. You would see both Klitschko brothers.
Shannon Briggs is coming back.
Oh yeah.
Hey, there's a man who's been chasing Mike Tyson, Jose Ribita. One of Tyson's harder opponents back in the day. He's like the Spider Rico to fucking to
Rico.
Okay.
That's deep cut. Hold on. Deep cut for the video.
That's this guy. That's that guy. But he would come back. I know he would fight. He would fight in this tournament.
Oh my God, that is such a deep cut, dude. That is such a deep cut that it deserves its own video. Oh my God. You went Spider Rico on us. Well, no, and here's why I say that. Miguel is more of an MMA guy. You know this, right? Jiu-jitsu guys, MMA guys, we fight in our classes, right? We fight in our age group. I can fight technically until I'm 60 or 75 because I'm doing jiu-jitsu with the 75-year-old man. Okay, I don't want to break it to you. We start standing up, which means when they put us down on our head, we're taking impact. And he's still trying to choke the life out of me. What's the difference with boxing? There he is. There's your boy. There's your boy, Andrew. Spider Rico. That's a deep cut. That is some serious deep cut action.
This guy totally trolls Mike Tyson. He's like, Mike don't want to fight me. I'm like, dude, you guys are fucking almost 60, bro. If anybody wants to be the heavyweight champion, just get at me. I almost beat Tyson. I'm like, oh my God. Can you imagine his family? They probably don't even talk to him no more. He hasn't said another word except I almost beat Tyson for like the last 25 years.
I would make a call to Billy Wright at this point and go, bro, you got to get back into the mix.
Yeah.
Get in the mix, bro.
If he needed it,
it's there. He was in the top 10 in his late 40s. You got to go, bro. You got to go. You got to take a piece of this pie.
Fucking, the WBC would have a belt, and the next day, as soon as they announce it, there'd be a WBC heavyweight old man belt.
Yeah,
made by the Mayan Indians.
Hold on, Andrew. I've got the joke for it. I've got the joke. It would be sponsored by Harley Davidson Fat Boy Motorcycles, and it would be the Fat Boy WBC heavyweight title. Spider Rico. By the way, he gets this win and winds up still being a bag on the wall, which is even more hilarious than this actual fight. He wins the fight while he's pounding the dude on the mat.
Yeah.
What was boxing like in the 70s? I mean, I didn't watch it because I would have been like, well, Andrew wouldn't have been alive. Miguel certainly wouldn't have been alive.
I was still in my
Miguel's
dad's
parents weren't even dating in the 70s. I was alive. Where do you get to like punch a dude and punch him into the ground while he's on the mat pre-MMA?
With Jesus watching over.
What?
Yeah.
Jesus
In a
watching
church.
over
And then
in a sweatshop.
Free's okay with it. It's like, all right, we'll pull you off. It's all right. You still win the fight.
Oh my God, hilarious. This is hilarious. Well, now we got to watch the outcome, because for those of you who don't know about the outcome of this fight is hilarious because Rocky just stands one knee over him and pounds the dude in the head after he gets miffed right there. Stupidest fight ever. Like, I don't know. By the way, there's a story coming up about boxing returning to Detroit. This is how I picture it. This is how I picture boxing. Wow. It took 5 punches to stop that fight. The winner, really?
Yeah.
And why is John Taffer? Wait, hold on. Why is John Taffer cheering? Isn't that John Taffer from Bar Rescue? Which, by the way, for the record, John Taffer from Bar Rescue saved Andrew's local bar. All right. How is the bar after John Taffer?
Probably closed down now that COVID is kicked in, but Wait a minute. I got good news.
All right.
Because they were a restaurant, they were able to open as a restaurant. Actually, are still in business during COVID. So that's actually good news.
You want to know the big move? Because I walk around at midnight here in Oceanside. So we have a bunch of bars. It's a fucking marine town. So here's what they did. They literally put newspaper on the front windows and they kept the bars open so that the cops would leave them alone.
Oh, there you go.
Well, here's how I know that they're still open. There's 5 dudes standing out in front of the place smoking. Way to go, guys. Keeping on the DL. All right, moving forward. Naoya Inoue, who I have fucking blown until he's sideways. Probably the greatest lightweight of all time.
Flyweight.
Flyweight.
Few divisions down.
We'll give him flyweight. All right. But Naoya Inoue is trying to figure out who he can fight. And by the way, there's nobody left for him to fight. He fought them all in the WBSS, the World Boxing Super Series. Here's the problem with doing cruiserweights, with doing flyweights, with doing, I don't know. I can't think of another division. Those are probably the two. A strawweight would be the same. Once you beat all the big names, what do you do, Andrew? I mean, Naoya Inoue is Japan's guy right now. Like, he can do no wrong at this moment.
Yes, Nonito Donaire is probably the biggest name in the division. There's the Luis Neri, undefeated champion, but I think he fights for the PBC, and that might be the problem they have going on there. But there is an undefeated fighter right under Inoue that I they shouldn't have a problem making a fight with. I don't know about right now with his current conditions, but before he moved up, he could have unified. Undefeated, he's 30-0.
I get this about Japan and even Thailand with Sora Rungvisai or who's the guy from Africa that Miguel? I need historian moment. Don King pushed Azuma Nelson. Never mind, I got it.
Okay.
Azuma Nelson. Like, you need a name to keep these guys perpetuated as your unified IBF, WBA, WBC, whatever. The problem at lightweight is no matter what they think, you're going to gain weight. Sorry, you are. Yeah. Even if you're like a 5-foot fucking leprechaun who rides, horses, you're going to gain weight.
And you might be right. With Neri, he's only 25 years old, so maybe he follows in a way right up to the next division. He's 30-0-24. That's a decent fight.
Yeah.
Miguel?
Well, he's
Inoue, who I am in love with.
No, he's good. He's good.
Yeah, no, he's got that pop. I mean, yeah, it's just he's around the super flyweight divisions, right? Like, he's not too far from it. I don't know if he'll. We're talking about what, he's a bantamweight now.
Yeah, he's gonna be a bantamweight. Yeah.
Oh shit! So he's kind of so that's 118. That's one weight division above. So I mean, the super flyweights at 115. There's plenty, right? I mean, there's Soren Visai and there's Estrada and there's still Chocolatito. So there's names, but they're a little bit below him.
Did you really say that with a straight face?
Yeah, I did.
So he can get. So he's got
marketable.
he can do Sor Rung Visai. He can do Nonito Donaire Part 2, and as you are well aware, as Fight Net Radio fans, do I want him to fight Nonito Donaire again, Andrew?
Well, they could, because it was a close fight, and Nonito almost actually. Nonito, did he drop him or hurt him in the 11th?
He hurt him.
He hurt him. Yeah.
He didn't drop him.
Okay.
He hurt him. But do you think I really want that for the Donaire family?
No.
Please stop.
How about a Guillermo Rigondeaux fight?
He also has also has one division above him, the undefeated Ray Vargas, another Mexican fighter, undefeated at 34-0. So he has potential good matchups around him. I think we all need to get over COVID.
Now we're talking. So now we're talking, right? So now we're talking the infamous Manny Pacquiao issue. I'm not saying that these guys aren't fast enough to be brutal and to be effective, but when you go up in weight, right, and you're talking Neri, Rigondeaux, Donaire, Maloney, Tete, Rodriguez, Barrios, Velasquez. By the way, Miguel, this is where you actually applaud quietly because I fucking nailed that on the head. I use the IBO. I'm a huge IBO guy. The IBO bases everything on computer rankings, and I think that's how we should do it in boxing. Give everybody a fucking minimum weight. Where are we? Flyweight, super flyweight, bantamweight. All right. I don't know Mitchell Banquez. I don't. No. I've never heard of him. I know Neri. I know Rigondeaux. I know Donaire. I know Maloney. I don't know Tete. I don't know Rodriguez. There's no money here. I'm looking for a name.
Well,
isn't Greer the guy that just got knocked the fuck out? Isn't Greer with the pillow?
Yeah, Greer's the one who got knocked out with the pillow. Yes, sir. That's Nighty Night Night.
That's the pillow guy, right?
Yeah.
Nighty Night Night, I believe, is his nickname.
What a dick. Knocked out. All right. Where does Inoue, the hope of Japan, go? I start with you, Andrew.
Another PBC kid, undefeated. Just, I think, fought on the undercard of Manny Pacquiao Thurman. Brandon Figueroa is one division above him at 20-0.
Oh, the Heartbreaker?
So there is there's some potential around Inoue. I think we just got to get out of COVID.
That's becoming the running joke. All right, so we did the Sean Porter.
Because Lee, in Japan, I don't know what their TV market is. Okay, so I don't know if Inoue can just.
Boxing. No, they're like Europeans.
I know they're into it. Into it, but I don't know. Manny Pacquiao's country's into. Yeah, it's not a good comparison though.
No, it's not.
Yeah, because I get
they're a goddamn senator for God's sake.
Yeah, I get that.
A senator who boxed. Look, based on what you know about our current.
How about this? Do we know?
Could you imagine? Lindsey Mitchell, that weird little guy who looks like a fucking turtle, who's our senator, being a boxer and fighting Mike Tyson or anyone.
No, but I guess we can't really gauge what they're. I don't know if Japan, do they have a pay-per-view market, or is it all just on cable television over there? So I don't know.
Like Mexico.
And Mexico spends good money on their athletes, on their boxers. So. Yeah, if Japan's doing that, they could make one of these fights with these undefeated guys to fly over there, and if their market is big enough. Everyone's making $1 million when no one's making anything. People might be happy. Soon we're gonna get to that point. Believe me, they're gonna put enough pressure on these big caliber fighters that these guys will start coming down in their numbers. I think a Lamborghini, you get that thing service is like $7,000 to get an oil change. $7,000.
To get an oil change?
To get an oil change on a Lamborghini, yes, sir.
Damn.
Moving forward, Andrew, you never thought you'd make it this far in the story arc. Leo Santa Cruz.
Yeah, you got to hurry up, Lee. You're taking too long.
Before you even got on the line, Miguel, he's like, this is like 10 minutes. This is 10 minutes. Your first.
You really don't got nothing here, Lee.
You got nothing. Leo Santa Cruz. Leo Santa Cruz. He's talking Tank Davis. I'm not going to read the story. Does anybody want to see Leo Santa Cruz fight?
Go Miguel first.
Yeah, go ahead. This is literally insane during the week.
I want to see who's down with this one. Like I want to see if Tank can get back down to 130. I mean, I suspect he's gonna deplete himself and he's gonna be wiped the fuck out by the time Fight Tank comes around, and he's gonna be pretty much a sitting duck for Leo. I mean, unless something changes in his diet that he's able to make 130 easily, which I don't anticipate him doing. Tank, I'm talking about. I'm down for this one. I want to see Leo give him that first L. Hell yeah.
Andrew.
Yes, I'm willing to watch it because of Tank Davis moving down. Let me tell you something. If Santa Cruz was moving up, this is Alexis Aguero versus Aaron Pryor all over again. Okay? The fact that they got Davis moving down makes it a little bit of an even playing field, although I think Davis takes it back into his favor fight week when he comes in 3 or 4 pounds heavy and gives him, extra few $100,000 to stay in the fight. Then we're right back to Aaron Pryor versus Alexis again. And that's what I'm hoping doesn't happen, Lee, but you got a fighter here, an aged fighter, not that heavy-handed, right? Going up against a bigger guy. I know Tank is coming down. I don't believe him. I don't believe in that. I'm going to keep saying that until I see him come in at 130. I don't think he's coming in at 130, guys. Look for him to be 134 at least, and he's not getting on the scale the next day. So that's what sucks about this one. I can't totally trust the other side.
Moving forward, ex-champ. This is just a joke for me before we even set this up. Andrew knew this when I wrote the joke. Ex-champion Yano Pablo Hernandez is coming back to cruiserweight division. First of all, who knew that Yano Pablo Hernandez was a cruiserweight? And second of all, who actually cares that he's coming back to cruiserweight? I start with you, Miguel. You're technically our deepest historian.
Oh,
do you know anything about Yano Pablo Hernandez?
I don't. His face does look familiar, but I mean, is this another press release or is this an actual?
No, this has got an actual. Yeah, it's a press release. Apparently, he hired somebody like.
I'm telling you right now, Mike Tyson and Roy Jones do it good enough. Look for Mr. Hernandez to be a heavyweight by next year. Retired.
Bam, 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 bam. Hot take. The New York. Andrew actually knows this next joke very well because I told him the joke before I got here. Don't hate, Miguel. New York Boxing Hall of Fame 2020 induction ceremony was canceled. Said the only person disappointed, Dan Rayfield, I don't get a free meal. Moving forward. Come on, that was a good joke. Look, I like Saturday Night Live. That was a total Saturday Night Live joke. Do you want me to do it again? I can do it with a different take. New York Boxing Hall of Fame 2020 induction ceremony was canceled. The New York Boxing Hall of Fame announced today that it was an induction ceremony at Russo's on the Bay on Howard Beach, which, by the way, is a 5-star restaurant, has been canceled due to the coronavirus pandemic. The person interviewed for the interview was Dan Rayfield, who said, couldn't eat another bite. That would be a Monty Python reference for the second time. Do you want one more? I can do one more.
No,
I've
we're
written
good.
5 different jokes on this topic. All right, cool. August 8th, WBA world title twin bill has been announced. Top welterweight Jamal Shango James. All right, let's just talk at Shango. Andrew, did you watch the banana splits or did your brother make you watch the banana splits?
No, sir.
With Chango, which, by the way, I'll put the video up because I'm not making that shit up. They were live action kind of Muppety looking characters, and they would cut to live action shows like Shango, which was a real show about a jungle kid who lived, I guess, in Virginia on an island. That's why this is hilarious. Will square off against former challenger Thomas Delorme on Fox PBC Fight Night on August 8th. It will be their first real effort. Andrew, you love to ride the nuts of Thomas Delorme.
Please stop saying that.
All right, hold on. Miguel's been here long enough. How many times have you heard Delorme's name based on this show?
Several. I would say several.
Right. Are you serious? You're really going to buy into this?
It's not a joke, bro.
Oh, whatever. Who the
not
fuck?
A joke. You talk about Delorme a lot.
You're so... Yeah, whatever. Yeah, this is a top rank prospect, like Jason Velez. The other day went up against Valdez. It's another top rank prospect. Never got over the hump. He went to the PBC, didn't get over their hump either. But I'm believing he's probably fighting for the PBC again. So is that Tyson Rabita? Go Tyson Rabita, dude.
Oh wait, I'm looking for the banana splits.
Oh, the banana splits.
I'm totally into the banana splits. Chongo, and I think they spelled it Chongo. All right.
Yeah, Chongo is with the C. Yes.
Yeah. Right. It was Chongo, and it was banana. Splits.
Sounds pretty racist.
My God! Everything back.
That sounds like 70s. You're going down a little racist.
Chongo.
Well, I can't see it. You got to put your screen.
I'm putting it up. I'm putting it up right now. There you go. If that shit doesn't look racist to you, that's Chongo. He lives in a tree.
Oh, that's fucked up.
I mean, Chongo is Spanish word for monkey.
Fucked up. You know what?
And then he lived with a black dude who looks like a plantation worker who lives on the beach who throws. Yeah, there you go. Tell me this isn't racist shit. They fight lions and tigers on a fucking island in the Virginias.
Well,
and people.
They could have went
oh my God!
Racist.
Wait, hold on. Was that? Wait, that's wait. Who's the dude?
Yeah, I know that actor.
The helicopter.
I don't know, but I know
Airwolf.
that guy.
Airwolf. No, hold on. Airwolf.
Airwolf.
Oh yeah, the TV show Airwolf with wait, hold on. Look at this dude's face. That's the dude from Airwolf.
I know him.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know who his name is, but I know who that is.
Right. It's from Airwolf, which by the way, yeah, that's around the same time as you won't know this one either. The A-Team.
I know the A-Team. That was a good one.
Wait, hold on. Airwolf. Now I'm into this.
Oh my God, I gotta eat breakfast, dude. I'm like on
hold
7
on, hold on. Airwolf was I want to say
there
his
it is.
name.
It said Airwolf right there.
Yeah, wait. Where's his name? Yeah. I get the story. Where's the actual actor?
Donald P. Pelosi.
No. Jan Michael Vincent. That's Jan Michael Vincent.
Nice.
Who's taking on a jungle beast named Chongo. On a kids' TV show that appeared on Fox TV. Oh my God.
Yeah, my cousin just told me that Pinocchio was about selling off little boys' asses. Yeah. I was like, what the fuck? Thanks for ruining that fucking cartoon. Yeah, the donkey's supposed to symbolize, I don't know, their asses.
That's kind of a stretch.
I was like, man, thanks for ruining Pinocchio for me.
So their entire fight card of bouts on August the 8th will follow. The following Fox PBC broadcast will be a full slate of bouts as welterweight Mikhail Fox, nobody's heard of, takes on Lucas Santa Maria. Really?
That's a good tri-tip sandwich, I'll tell you that.
Taking on, wow, you actually beat me for the most racist statement on the show at this moment.
What are you talking about? The Santa Maria tri-tip sandwich. Very good.
There is no such thing as a Santa Maria tri-tip sandwich.
Seasoning. I think it's called Santa Maria. I might be wrong.
Fact check.
Vito Milanecki taking on Chris. Oh my God, this is a bigger shit show than most of Bob's cards. Jesus. So
when's
Fox
Vino come back? I want to see the heavyweight Italian kid. When's that guy coming back?
Well, we got to get through August the 8th or 12th or August 8th, Saturday night. So Fox is back next Saturday. Moving forward, boxing back in Detroit after August 20th. First of all, who knew it was gone? Second of all, here's the joke that Andrew knew I was going to write. Who cares? On Thursday, August 20th, promoter Dimitri Salita, possibly #MTK.
He's a former fighter.
Will kick off a series of no spectator professional boxing at the legendary Kronk's gym with Vladimir Shishkin. Why is Shishkin fighting at Kronk's gym on a non-televised, non-DAZN? Actually, I know Vladimir Shishkin, which to me is, I get he's a Kronk guy. I get what they're doing. This is ridiculous. You're fighting in Detroit. They have no water. They have no platform. Shishkin is just pissing away his career. Tell me I'm wrong, Miguel. This is another fighter who's working desperately hard on trying to piss his career away.
Card. I thought you were going to go like the great green card. He's going to be fighting for his green card.
I don't even think this is a green card thing. I think he goes in. I think he goes to Kronk. I think he trains. I mean, look, the Klitschko's did it. They trained in Detroit. They were no joke. But Shishkin actually has some upside. I mean, for those of you who don't know, Shishkin is completely undefeated at the middleweight division with 10-0 with 6 KOs. I mean, he's a real deal guy who's a Kronk guy, and he's got real power. Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, sometimes, Lee, to get their records to 20-0, you got to fight in Detroit at some high school gym. So that's what happens.
Padding.
You don't put it on TV like we seen the other week with the 2 female fighters where the 40-year-old mom got her fucking head knocked off.
Yes, Mrs. Miranda Atkins.
She was hot. I've gotten in touch with her, Andrew.
You might want to put those.
We have a date next week. We have a date
in Detroit.
Don't fuck it up, Lee. Don't fuck it up.
We have a date.
That's going to be Roy Jones.
By the way, I had the joke written before the end of that sentence, so let me do the joke. What do you think the statistical odds are that I'm going to fuck that up anyway? And as a side note, guaranteed she's going to get fucked the best she's ever been fucked. All right, there you go. Woo! Well, if you can't bang in the ring, you might as well bang out of the ring.
That is your ring, and I take her title. That's right.
Dude, I have not told you stories of the redhead, which...
Yeah.
12 hours, Andrew. Have you ever gone 12 hours? Have you ever gone 12 hours? Have you ever gone 12 hours? 12 hours, same person, same bed. 12 straight hours.
Very nice.
Thank you.
We're moving on.
Well, I can't do anything else. I might as well be good at something. By the way, shout out to all 2 women that are single who listen to the show. Errol Spence, Danny Garcia announced pay-per-view clash. WBC IBF World Welterweight Champion Errol Spence. I'm going to fight Danny, said no one who cared ever on November 21st on pay-per-view. Spence announced, done deal. The king of the division is back. I put teeth back into my head. I've gotten out of the car crash, and I'm feeling really good about fighting Danny Garcia because, well, he sucks. I don't even need photos or anything for this. This is a real fight that's happening in November. I get it's pay-per-view. It's going to be a pub.
Wait a minute.
It's a bubble pay-per-view. It's a bubble pay-per-view.
I could have swore at the end of this tweet or the end of the press release it says fight could change if they're not able to sell tickets. I'm dead serious. I think it's I didn't get that. If they're not going to have fans, this fight could be moved. The date could be moved.
All right, let's talk about that. I don't think it should be moved. I think you guys are at best a fox.
Danny Garcia.
Take your 300,000 views because we'll pay. I'll pay. I mean, I'll steal it.
And you know what?
Honest, I'll steal it.
I think you're right, though. I think the diehards would show up for this fight. I would have paid to watch Spence fight Garcia on his first fight back from this.
I'm totally intrigued with Errol Spence at this moment. I'm beyond intrigued with Errol Spence.
Spence should win.
I think Danny Garcia knocks him out.
Well, he should. Spence is the favorite, but Garcia has the left hook that could change his life. So it's a good fight to see where Spence is. As far as his comeback, and then for Garcia, this is it, man. Like he wins this, he's getting another $6 million paycheck. He loses this, he's done. He's out.
And Garcia and his fake fan base go through the roof. I mean,
fake fan base, fake.
Danny Garcia is another guy who's living on the Garcia kind of. Yeah, I've got a huge following. They're definitely all from Philadelphia.
When the checks stop coming in, I don't see Garcia, lasting too much longer on the lifestyle that he chose.
I had always thought this, Andrew. I literally had always thought this, that if we went long enough into COVID, we would start to see guys like All of these guys, Danny Garcia, any of them, right?
Well,
Ryan
let me
Gar-
just be on. Let me
What is
let
it
me
with
give
the
you an
last?
example.
Hold on. I need to go to.
It's a coincidence, damn it.
I need to go to. I want to get it correctly. Where is your heritage from, Miguel? Is it Mexico?
Yeah.
Okay. I need a Mexican background. What is it with Garcia's thinking that they have a bigger following?
You're asking the wrong person because my last name is not Garcia, so I have no idea.
And he's Puerto Rican. What are you talking about? Danny Garcia is Puerto Rican.
Danny Garcia is, but Ryan Garcia is not.
Oh.
Yeah. And Mikey Garcia is Mexican.
And Mikey Garcia believes he has a big following
Ryan
too.
Garcia is not Mexican. He's American too.
Well,
sorry, skip that.
We've got a heavyweight.
You laugh like the shit's not real. That's
too,
the shit I'm talking about, though. You're laughing like it's not real, right?
Well, look, one of the fundamental pillars of Fight Net Radio is that I've tried to hip everybody up to is boxing is about racial bias.
Yeah, and he's American.
Tension.
And he's American.
I get that.
Well, Danny Garcia is too. I mean, Danny Garcia, he's a Puerto Rican
exactly.
descent.
And that's why if we go back to this, Danny Garcia is not a crossover star. That's what I said 5 minutes ago. That's why this is hard for them to put him in this pay-per-view slot with Spence. The diehards are going to show up. I don't know past that who shows up for this fight.
I honestly think you take the 300,000 pay-per-view in a bubble. I think it's going to be a shit show, but at least you're generating money for Fox, so they stay around till after COVID. I mean, that's realistic.
300,000. I hope they get that.
Look, I wouldn't pay for it. I'm going to be brutally honest. I would never pay for it. But there are at least 200,000 or 300,000 people that would pay to watch. Garcia Spence is a big fight. Spence, look, let's just go with New York. You're talking about economic diversity. You're talking Black Puerto Rican, which just on the East Coast is the hottest thing ever. Bob has made, I would argue to say, hundreds of millions of dollars based on Hispanic Puerto Rican, Black Puerto Rican. And if you just did this on the East Coast in a parking lot or a drive-in, I think you can generate money on this fight. No? Right.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I don't disagree. I just don't know if it's pay-per-view worthy. You know, they're going to put a lot. If we're paying $89, you know, it's a lot of money for people that
you got to drop. You
don't know, Danny. You got to remember,
it's going to have to be. It's going to be way cheaper than that.
It's got to be.
None of their pay-per-views have been.
Do one thing and drop pay-per-view prices. Like I'll pay. If you were telling me $29.95 for this fight,
did you guys see what Tyson and Roy Jones is going to cost?
Yeah, $50 or some shit.
$50, $49.99. That's for 250-year-olds.
I'm going to Andrew's house.
Have they said anything about any undercard on the exhibitions or anything? It's just going to be that one.
That one fight with the YouTube guys or the YouTube guy.
Oh yeah.
I hope Nate Robinson knocks him the fuck out because this is what I'm hoping. This Paul kid's been playing in the boxing thing, thinking he's all cool for a while now. But this time he's going up with the ex-athlete, not an ex-boxer, but an ex-athlete. So if they can teach that athlete a 1-2, he's going to knock Paul the fuck out.
Actually, I've watched the fight, and even with my bleeder on the brain, Andrew, I'm going to put it out there. I would take a Jake Paul fight. I don't even want the money.
Yeah, no shit, Lee. They're fucking nobodies.
They're nobodies who don't have basic boxing skills. I've gotten into this pissing match with people who box all the time, and they look at me and they go, "You're slow."
Hey,
I have a 20, like my wingspan is a foot, like it's 6 feet long. I
hope Nate Robinson wins.
Nobody throws a goddamn jab in boxing or even in the amateurs. Throw the goddamn jab.
1-2 is all he needs to show him.
1-2. Jab, jab, right hand. Jab, jab, right hand. I want to do it one day. We're going to do a Klitschko retrospective where he's won titles and defended titles without ever throwing a right hand. There are legendary HBO matches where Klitschko never threw the right hand for 3 straight rounds, and all he did was jab and win the round. Yeah, you know why? Because his arm is about 3.5 feet long, for God's sakes. That's stupid. People don't get boxing. Modest joins Showtime announcing team. This is kind of our biggest story of the way.
Yeah, then I got to get out of here after Lee. They're losing it out front.
I get it. We'll do power right behind it. Malinagi's out. Missing from Showtime is popular analyst Paula Malinagi, who supposedly had been frozen and/or fired based on racist expressions in an earlier interview.
He said African Americans don't run boxing. Let's just say it. He said African Americans don't run boxing anymore, and Europeans do. That's it.
Well, I wouldn't say Europeans, but I would have said it.
Eastern Europeans.
So we put in 4-time world champion Olympian Abner Mares, who sounds like he swallowed a fucking glass full of marbles. I like Abner Mares, and I've met him, and I've interviewed him. I was at Staples. I like Mares a lot. But that's your color commentary? Like, that's
Showtime sucks. I mean, come on. These guys.
I think it was a last minute thing. Like, once it was like, they were kind of grasping at straws to try to see who can,
but they plugged Mares in before. They plugged Mares in before.
He's done it before. But to replace, like, Molly real quick, they're just like, oh, shit, Mares has done it before. Let's go. Come on, Mares, let's go. Hop on board.
I like the whole Molly thing. And for those of you who don't know, go watch the video on Mollis. I like the Molly thing. I like it a lot. All right. Some quick results. Sor Rungvisai beat a nobody and retained his WBC Super Flyweight title. Let's talk quickly. Did anybody outside of Andrew look at the video of the plantation with the largest boxing setup of all time in his backyard? Dude, that's not even an Olympic swimming pool.
And it also
massive.
looked like Eddie Hearn runs a mafia. There was a lot of guards in that place. Like, when they did an drone shot, like, there's not a house around him. Why did you need so many guys in black suits around you? Like, it totally looked like there's something going on in that house. So, whatever.
Miguel, did you watch the actual fight card? Which 12-round decision where two dudes beat the shit out of each other. They beat each other up. I mean, it was cool. But it wasn't a competitive fight. I mean, it wasn't anything special.
No, I actually caught the Showtime card, or most of the Showtime card. So that's the one that I caught. I know I missed this one.
3 o'clock in the afternoon.
The scene looked cool. All right, the house, the background, the aerial shots, all that looked cool. The fights in themselves just suck. They got to get better fighters. It all sucks right now. All this sucks because we're not getting the marquee names facing each other, even the guys that are in the top 10.
Well, let's give him credit, shall we? Super welterweight.
Why? He's 28-7.
Well, no, that would be Sam Egerton.
He ain't going nowhere.
He's the IBF champion, Andrew.
He ain't going nowhere. 28-7, bro. This is boxing, so whatever.
He was the IBF champion.
Moving forward, the WBO 112 title bout. Let's talk this whole fucking Showtime, Angelo, Leo. I'm just going to leave it to you two. This Showtime fucking charade was a joke. I mean, this is what you guys came back with. I get it, because you guys look at Bob, and Bob put on dog shit onto a platter and said, boxing is back from the bubble here in Las Vegas. Hi, I'm a fat white guy that you've never heard of being the announcer. Boxing is in the bubble. Let's move now to all the famous people we know who are actually at home, who are just getting paid to stay at home, to talk about boxing in the bubble. So Showtime looks at that, and we get out the Espinosa calculator. We don't really need big names. We don't really care about big fights. We know that our announcers will do it because they're under contract and we don't have to give them more money. Cost to effectiveness, $12.37. So I get it. Until we get numbers this week, I start with you, Miguel. Showtime is back, Espinosa style, with basically a Bob Arum card. And a Bob Arum version 1 card. I think Bob has learned. I got to put 1, maybe 2 names on the card to make people watch for 300,000 people.
Yeah, I mean the card wasn't bad, and I think they even went as far as to calling their setup the Sphere or the Fight Sphere or some shit. They just made some shit up, a setup bubble. Oh my god, yeah. They decided to come up with their own little fucking gimmicky name for their thing. But I mean, yeah, it wasn't nothing spectacular. The main event, I watched the main event because I'm familiar with Angelo Leo, so I'm pretty happy that he won.
What was the knockout where the dude punched that right hand and knocked him into next Tuesday?
Oh, the uppercut. Yes.
Oh my god.
George fucked them up with that left uppercut, dude.
That was a great knockout.
Yeah, dude's head bounced off the canvas. It was clean. It was towards the very end too, but yeah, that's probably the only highlight of the fight. The other fight ended in a TKO as well, but it was more so of an injury, like the co-main event. One dude messed up his arm, and then he got caught with another left hook that the referee jumped in. But I mean, the one that was sort of kind of competitive towards the very end was the main event. Angelo Leo took it. It was a good fight. I mean, I'm not gonna say it wasn't, but oh yeah, by the way, Angelo Leo was supposed to fight Fulton Jr. and Fulton ended up testing positive for COVID, so then he got busted out, and exactly. So then
it is a Bob Arum card. Now it's officially a Bob Arum card.
Yeah, exactly. Officially.
That's hilarious. That shit's hilarious. Andrew, did you watch the Showtime card?
No.
Good. Neither did I. That's why we have Miguel. Now you guys
well,
can all
you
figure
told
out.
us we had all given ourselves different things to watch. I actually fell asleep during the Eddie Hearn card too. Sorry, it was just way too much. I couldn't understand the guys.
I actually watched the Hearn
There's
card.
English accents everywhere. The two fighters in the ring are fucking like some journeymen from England. I give a two fucks about. I fell asleep. Sorry, you guys.
No, don't be sad. I watched the Hearn card and I was underwhelmed completely.
The only thing I thought, I did think it was cool. The house looked really nice. So Eddie Hearn gets a plus. I know he wants to hear that because that's why he did it.
Well, you know what?
It looks like
as a second generation slave owner, I would hope. Andrew knew that joke was coming. Andrew knew
why do you keep saying all my the jokes are coming?
Well, because you me. If you me, Andrew, I get why you do it, but it's not cool. You knew the joke was coming.
Yeah, second line. A second. No, I didn't know you were actually going to say it on air. So how about that one? How about that one?
When have you not? Dude, I've recorded you when you're mad at me.
Man.
And you thought you weren't on air, for God's sakes. When do you think I'm not going to go and get the best joke? First and foremost, oh, wait. We have to do one more thing.
Hurry up. I got no mom in my living room and 4 kids, man. The mom went to the store. I got to go soon.
Okay, hold on. I think we're up on Kostya's kid. I think this is the week. Are we?
I think we still got 2 more weeks. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, wow. That fight is almost here, huh?
It's here. It's here. Right?
Holy
so
smokes.
This week, on the 7th, DAZN, more from the backyard, Terry Harper and Natasha Jones. Ooh, chicks. You know how much I like the women. August 8th, Fox. There it is, Delorme versus Jamal James. So where in LA? Oh, in LA is well. First of all, here's the funny part, Andrew. LA rolled back to like version 1. Like there are no gyms, there are no bars.
Yeah,
like where are you actually pulling off a fight in LA?
Well,
on
that's
the 8th?
why. That's why there's no place probably.
no venue.
No venue. There you go. Yeah.
All right, so we're all caught up. So we get PBC, I guess. Technically, Fox is PBC, right? Morel,
Delorme's PBC too.
Yeah. And we got more from the backyard, and Bob's taking the week off. Bob is taking the week off till the 12th, and then he partners back up, and he's in the backyard with the hashtag MTK sign. But he's doing England. No, that's DAZN. So more from the backyard. Bob's taking a few weeks off. Good for him.
There you go, Frampton.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, we're tied up now, waiting till basically Frampton versus Vardanian, who I've never heard of, but who cares? I mean, there's nothing coming. Oh, more Showtime. Benavides versus not the Angulo, No. How long does it take? Is that Cecilia Brækhus? Ooh.
Yeah.
Versus Jessica McCaskill. This is a good fight.
She might lose. Didn't they say? I think there was something about her not being able to get sparring partners or something where she's
By
from.
the way, this might be the first COVID undisputed title match.
Nobody cares.
Male or female? Well, all right.
Oh, you know what? This is why Eddie Hearn was like, "Oh, the women are going to take over boxing." Yeah,
they're not until they start taking their tops off and fighting without their tops. No, we don't go back to Vegas till August 22nd with Eliter Alvarez versus Joe Smith Jr. God damn. This is a worse month. What's going on in August? Wow.
All right, you guys.
That should do it. Go to FightNet Radio on social media, fight.net.radio, and check us out. Go to Fight Fiend Migs on Instagram. Check out Andrew Lapache with an E, Lee Honish, all one word. And again, Fight Fiend Migs. We will check you out, guys, shortly.
Fight Radio! FightNetRadio.com with Andrew and Lee. Talking boxing, combat, sports, comedy, football, and everything kick-ass. All on FightNetRadio.com. Fight Net!